What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of This Bitch Podcast. Before we get started, we want to talk to you guys real quick about our sponsors.
We have an amazing sponsor, Plus Gummies. They're THC-infused microdosed cannabis gummies.
Oh, Sarah's off a Plus right now.
I'm on the Plus right now. Can you tell?
She's on the Plus. You could tell she's on the Sleepy Plus. She's ready for her nap. Dude, these gummies are fucking incredible. I'm so glad they're our sponsors because me and Sarah were actually eating these gummies long before they became our sponsors. And there's nothing more than I love them pushing a product that I actually am obsessed with. They come in different flavors. The flavors are so good. Have you had the tart cherry?
The tart cherry?
The tart cherry is good.
The tart cherry is unlike any other gummy I've ever tried.
Listen, Plus products popped my tart cherry. And I haven't been able to go back since. They're so good. I like to take these for different reasons. The other day I had cramps, so I was taking like the tart cherry. I took that one because it's really, really high in CBD and it really helped my cramps. And then, nights when I can't fall asleep, I go to my baby girl. I push it every week because I'm telling you guys, this is the shit.
Especially if you have insomnia.
I'm not going to lie. I took 2 last night.
I've taken 2 before too.
And guess what happened? What happened this morning when you called?
Your ass was not here to podcast.
I was asleep. I didn't even set my alarm. I took 2 and I was out. These are fast acting. They happen so quick. If you had a long day, sometimes it's hard, especially when you work a lot, to come home and wind down because you feel like you're fighting sleep because you want to be up longer, but you have to go to bed. And I think that's perfect for this.
Can you see how much I like them?
Oh my God, it's empty.
Completely empty. Also, look at this one.
Completely empty.
Completely empty.
Yeah.
That's how much we love them.
So, guys, if you guys want to get some for yourself, go to plusproducts.com. We have our own promo code.
The promo code is TB30. So, and what you get is $30 off.
A $50 order. If you order $50 or more, you get $30 off. It is such an insane deal. Every time I say it, it doesn't even sound real. I have to double check. So make sure you take advantage of it while we have it.
Yep.
It's not going to be here forever. So make sure to get your Plus products.
All right, let's get into this week's episode of This Bitch.
All right.
Welcome to This Bitch with Sarah SHENK and Kim Congdon.
Oh, hey, bitch.
Hey, everybody. What's up? Welcome to another episode of This Bitch Podcast. I'm Kim Congdon.
And I'm Sarah SHENK.
We're here. It's another week, bitch.
It's another week. We fucking made it. Barely.
Barely.
Some weeks you're like, meh.
It was a rough week. It was Valentine's.
It was Valentine's Day.
See the different tones when you're single and when you're in a relationship. I went, it was Valentine's Day. She goes, it was Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day when you're not in love versus when you are. Can you get in the camera?
I'm trying. Look, it might look like all fun and games on this show, but sometimes shit happens. I get out of frame.
You get out of frame. Just a lot of you getting out of frame.
Just mostly me getting out of frame.
Yes.
That's what the pod is.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about dates, right?
Yes.
Valentine's Day and just dates in general.
Yes.
Do we want to talk about the worst dates we've ever been on?
Well, how was your Valentine's Day?
My Valentine's Day was really good. It was just like a silly day because we were going to go.
You can tell she's in love because she said silly.
I said the word silly.
It was just, my Valentine's Day was good. It was just like a really silly day.
It was so silly.
What'd you guys do? How were you guys being silly?
Well, we were going to go to Sugarfish, but when we got to Sugarfish, they're like, there's 18 people in front of you. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I don't really care. Let's just go anywhere. Let's go to California Pizza Kitchen. Okay. So we went to California Pizza Kitchen and we just ordered a bunch of stuff and we went at like 5:30 and it was just like a silly, fun time.
I love rich white people being quirky by eating at poor places.
That's not what it happened.
Let's just be silly and eat like the peasants.
We're eating at California Pizza Kitchen.
Let's eat a pizza. I mean, it's no shug fish.
Shug fish.
No, that's really cute though.
But so
that's a cute date.
It was just like a fun time, and he got me flowers and a card, and I got him a shirt and a card, and it's just mellow.
You love buying him a shirt.
I love buying him a shirt.
She loves to dress her boyfriends.
I do.
I'll tell you that.
Do
much.
you? No.
I try. Usually the guys I date dress terribly, and I try, and they're like, "Don't change me," and I'm like, "Okay, fine. Look like an idiot."
The don't change me thing's exhausting.
It's please.
It's like, I'm not changing you. I'm elevating you.
Exactly. Just don't change me. I'm just trying to make you look better.
Dude, trust me. You want to be changed.
You just don't know it.
You just don't know it.
You don't know it.
But then I do think there comes a point where you get over it and you're just like, okay, this is like, you have to kind of like how they dress, I think, sort of. Like, Cassim dresses fairly well, but like my mom, I feel like she's given up on my dad, like dressing him up.
Oh yeah, no, I've dated people where I'm like, it is what it is.
I was like, listen.
The last guy I dated dressed better than me though, and that was a problem with me because I was like, I don't know what to wear.
Yeah, when they come in too hot.
Yeah.
Where you're like, where they're pulling off. For me though, when I see a man in accessories,
Yeah.
my body shuts down.
Ew. Ew. I'm good.
You don't like accessories.
I'm just like, yeah, we have such different types.
Yeah.
We have such different types. I don't like an accessory. I don't like a ring. I'm good on the nail polish. We're good.
If I see nail polish, I'm paying attention. I'm like, are you in a band? Nice to meet you.
If I see nail polish, I go, this guy's got too much time. He has time to dry his nails. No, that means when I see nail polish, all I see is that he can't scrape his nails. And I'm like, ugh, I will just date a woman.
Imagine being fingered by a guy with the nail polish.
No. They should have nail polish that that is an STD test.
And it
comes
turns a different
color.
Ew, that's so gross. I was like, I put it in, my fingernail came out green.
So I wasn't fucking her. I'm saying, dude, get the man polish.
The man polish?
What would we call it? What would we call it? The man polish?
Shit. Maybe like the STI polish.
STI polish.
It's like, but what if that's so gross. If a man sticks his finger up you and at first it's like a white polish and then it comes out and it's like
green.
A forest green color.
Yeah, it just says no on your nail. Don't. It tells you the STI. Written in letters. How about that? It only changes the spots.
Ew. It's
so
like, I got leopard
it comes
print.
out. It's like, I didn't even know you could fit the word gonorrhea on this nail.
No, each print or each color represents a different strand.
STI.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh yeah, you pull it out, it's black. You go, this bitch got AIDS.
But don't you think if you were to stick your finger in someone's pussy and then the nail polish changed to green, like amongst that happening, you would probably get a whiff of what was happening and you would not be on board?
Who knows if it's deep in there? Unwhiffable.
A hidden bacteria.
Unwhiffable.
Dude, what if we had that with guys? You touch their dick and
then what?
The polish changes.
But what would you have to touch?
I don't know.
See, the thing with guys is they're like so dry.
I know.
Their dicks are just so dry they just like slap around. Like, girls are like a petri dish, dog. Like it's dude. Fucking there is full communities in there.
It's an ecosystem.
It's fully an ecosystem. Have you seen those TikTok videos where they just scoop the jars in the dirt and then they close it and eventually these alien things start coming around? That's the inside of us.
Ugh. The vagina is an intense ecosystem.
The vagina is an ecosystem, and honey, I am the eco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your Valentine's Day?
Mine Valentine's Day was fine. I had a show, a Valentine's Day show.
Which I like.
I do like a
having
Valentine's
a
Day show.
Valentine's Day show as a distraction if I'm not in a relationship, right? Because you're like,
Yes.
I'm working, bitch.
No, yeah, of course. It's like if I'm not going to be someone's entertainment, I'm going to be everyone's entertainment.
If I'm not sucking and fucking.
If I'm not sucking and fucking, I am sucking and fucking the energy out of you through laughter. So yeah, I did a Valentine's show and it was really good. Jack Fink puts on a great show.
He always puts on great shows.
Yes, he does.
Long time no see comedy.
Yep, long time no see comedy. If you're ever in LA, hit them up. They put on a great show. And at that show, I had a couple margaritas. They had the best margaritas. I'm a margarita snob. I'll tell you right now.
Okay, why? Because
They're all so different. It's not even the tequila because, tequila is 5 different bottles. It's always the margarita mix. It's always like, you got to have good margarita mix. This guy made it like fresh with the lime juice, the lime.
Bad margarita
I don't know how to make a margarita, but
tastes like diabetes.
it's bad.
You're
Yes.
like, there's this like,
it tastes like a Powerade almost.
yes.
You're like drinking like a Powerade with tequila in it.
That's exactly what it tastes like.
Yeah.
That's the best description I've heard all day, honey.
Well,
Pull up.
I'm a smarty. What can I say? I'm just very smart. But yeah, so I chugged 2 of those and then I went out to a bar and went dancing and went home.
Was it fun?
It was fine. The
See,
thing is,
Valentine's Day is kind of a trap.
yeah, it's not good for anyone.
It's not good for anyone because even if you're in a relationship, it puts like this like
pressure.
weird pressure and expectation on the day. And that doesn't even feel,
It doesn't feel authentic.
it doesn't feel authentic. And it's, whereas like I would prefer if, you just get flowers on a random day when you thought of, you wanted to get me flowers, not when there's like this pressure of you have to do all of these things.
Right.
But it was nice to be with someone who did all of the things. So
Yeah.
that felt nice. But like, I also just feel like going to dinner on Valentine's Day is also so much.
It's too much.
It's gross. It's
Just-
like,
It's too much. But I'll say right now, I love going out to dinner, just in general. One of my favorite things to do is go out to dinner.
yeah, and Valentine's Day doesn't have to be like a big thing.
No, it doesn't. But I will say that I am so stubborn that a guy did ask me out on Valentine's Day, and I assumed he was kidding. And then on Valentine's Day, like he's like a friend. I hit him up, and he was like, "I'm at home doing nothing," and he was all pissed. And I was like, "Oh, I thought you were kidding." And I would have totally gone. And but I thought he was kidding, like for real. I thought he was kidding.
Someone wanted to take you out and you thought it was a joke.
I was like, silly fucker. Anyways, why am I so single?
Oh man. I remember the worst Valentine's Day I ever had. It was in college.
Okay.
This fucker, my college boyfriend, the relationship was falling apart. Okay.
All right.
It was the end of the relationship. At the
You
end-
know when it's the end of the relationship too. You're like, ugh, you're done. As a woman, you're done before. The thing is, guys are like, I think they leave once they're done, but a woman will like stew in it for a while.
just to make sure.
Because we also go up and down with our hormones. We have to make sure it's not us.
Right. So so he takes me to this place. First of all, I remember the card he got me because I hated it. I hated the fucking card.
When you don't like a guy, everything they get you hate somehow.
Hate.
Okay.
The card said, you know that song from Shrek, Now I Saw Her Face.
Yeah.
Now I'm a believer. Okay, this said, then I saw her face. Now I'm a retriever with a golden retriever on it. Happy Valentine's
That has
Day.
to be one of the worst cards I've ever heard in my entire life. Truly, top 5, one of the worst cards. He might as well have said, like, I come quick.
It's terrible.
Now I'm a retriever.
It was like,
then I saw their face. Now you're a golden retriever chasing after me. It's the most disgusting. Where'd he get it? In the beta male section?
it's bad, right?
Yes.
And it really stayed with me. Like, I remember opening the card.
Somewhere out there's one person listening to our podcast that bought that card for his girlfriend this year.
And I remember opening the card and, like, feeling disgusted by the card. And I remember the restaurant he took us to, I got a new dress to go to it. And there was a It was overlooking the freeway in Pomona, and I stepped into a stranger's vomit in the bathroom of this place. And I remember specifically after this being like, he took me to a place where I stepped in a stranger's vomit, and he gave me a card that said, now I'm a retriever.
Too much.
I'm out.
You're out. You're done. You're done.
I'm done.
You're checking out.
Literally broke up maybe 2 weeks, if not less, after that.
Yeah, sometimes, there was a guy like years ago that was trying to date me, and I just, when it is so off, there's nothing really wrong, and they actually are trying hard, and they're like cute, like other girls like them, but it is so off. It is so not for you. Like, we like such different things. I hate every time he put a music on, I hated it. Every time he picked a restaurant, it would be like, I am so not picky. Like, you could take me to 9 different types of restaurants. I'll like most of them. There are like a couple things I don't like. Same. And he took me to the one thing I didn't like. And then I remember one day he came and surprised me with like food, and it was like just something I hated. And he was like, it's the best. You should try it. And it was like, I hate everything you like. I hate everything you like. Every time we do something, it's not a fun thing for me. I don't like the way you smell.
When you don't like the way they smell,
it's an issue.
It's like, there's nothing worse than the smell of a man whose pheromones don't vibe with your pheromones. Because you're like, why does it smell like trash?
It's like trash, or sometimes it's just like for me, when I don't like the way a man smells, he'll smell like plastic to me.
Like I'm like, are you dying on the inside?
Yeah, like chemically or something.
Like the pheromones.
Instead of like skin, he'll smell like human product. I don't know how to explain it. Like he smells like a product.
And bones.
No, he smells he smells like when you smell the inside of a plastic box.
Ooh.
They smell like that when I don't like them.
Yeah. When the pheromones...
I go, ooh, you smell like a Toys R Us. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
When the pheromones are right, you can smell them at any point and be like, I love the way you smell.
When the pheromones are right, I look like an animal. I am deep in the pits. I'm like, after they come home sweating from a workout, I am like fully invested in all of it.
But you have to really like the way they smell.
Yeah. Well, there's no in between for me.
There is no in between for me either.
No.
It's either like you like the way they smell or you fucking can't be around them.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the way they smell, then suddenly everything they do is repulsive.
Yes.
Because your body's physically rejecting them.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. I truly have a feeling that means that you shouldn't have kids together.
Because it'll be a little inbred.
It'll be not even inbred, but something will be wonky. Can you say that?
Something's wonky because our pheromones.
Something ain't right. I knew I shouldn't did that when I didn't like to smell your daddy pits.
Well, because it seems like a biological warning. In a
yes,
way. Like your body's like...
It's like when you see those fucking neon frogs in the jungle. You're like, not touching that one.
Yeah. Yeah. That is what it's like. It's also just the thought of sitting with a scent that you don't like is disgusting.
It's crazy how one person's BO can smell good and the other smells bad, but they're kind of the same smell. It's just one little sweet touch.
Smell.
It's like one little touch, like one little thing. Like, ew, there's certain BOs that I'm like, this is fucking rank.
There's certain BOs where I'm like, I actually want to bathe in this because it smells that good.
Yeah. Some I want to bottle up, and I'm like...
Wait, that's animalistic of us.
There's certain BOs where I'm like, I smell it, I'm like, this guy would make me come 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Just by the smell of his BO.
That's crazy.
That ever happened? You ever been attracted to someone and you're not physically attracted to them at all, and you're like, what's going on? There's been times where like there's been a guy that's been like a like 5'4" like engineer, like pale dude that just like says one thing, and I'm like, why do I want to fuck you?
Yeah, well, sometimes that happens.
Sometimes people hit different.
Sometimes the pheromones line up, but then the personalities don't. Yeah. And you're like, dude, the sex is pretty good, but being around you is fucking terrible.
The person I have the best sex in the world with, the way our personalities are just not that compatible.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. We have the best sex. It's like movie sex. It's like the lights somehow change colors in the room. I don't know how. Like I look
You've
up.
been watching too much Euphoria.
Yeah, it's like very Euphoria. It's like I have glitter on my face suddenly. We're both coming like 300 times. And then afterwards I'm like, so it's crazy that Earth is Earth. It's like I have nothing to say.
Oh, there's nothing worse than that feeling.
I know. And you're like, I wish I liked you.
I wish that this worked in a different way than it works.
Mm-hmm.
The thought of like having sex with somebody and then having to share a bed with them but not wanting them in your bed. That feeling. And
The
it's
worst.
like, I also think there's people that can't pick up on
That's
cues.
really bad. And the thought of wanting someone to stay in your bed who doesn't stay in your bed,
They're
bad
like,
too.
okay,
It's got to be perfectly in the middle. They're like, yeah, gotta go. Looks like my time here is up.
So, what are you doing today?
Yeah, when they hit you with what you doing today. I've hit someone with that before.
Yo.
That's my move. I use that one all the time, honey.
I'm like, I actually have somewhere to be.
No,
I'll
me too.
excuse myself.
Me too.
now. I'm not trying to be the hanger-outer.
I don't hang out.
If I was single, no.
No, I'm not a hanger-outer either.
I'm like,
I've had like there's been guys that I've been like dating and seeing where I'm like, all right, well I'm gonna go, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm gonna go, and they're like, calm down.
yeah.
Calm down, street rat. I get it. You've been out in the streets too long. We can have breakfast, bitch. I'm like, breakfast for me?
He bought me pancakes. It's getting serious.
It's getting serious. I stayed till 3.
You stayed till 3.
It's getting serious. If you stay till 3,
It's going somewhere.
unless you wake up at 2:45.
Because you were out until 3.
Yeah, because you were out by yourself until 3 and you hit him up at 3:40.
No.
What's the latest you think you've texted a guy to hook up?
4 a.m.
Yeah, probably me too.
In my 20s.
I've probably hit a 4 a.m.
It's a dark. When I think about texting somebody at 4 a.m.
It's dark.
I'm never in a great headspace.
No.
Are you?
It's never a good feeling.
When you're like, are you up still? Are you done with your night and able to come join my night that's also over?
4 a.m. is also like where he's probably already fucked for the night.
Yeah.
And the girl's already gone home.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
the 4 a.m.er.
The 4 a.m. spot's
Not the
hot.
4 a.m. that leaves at 6 a.m.
Oh.
not the graveyard shift.
Not the graveyard. Getting that graveyard pussy.
Oh no.
Graveyard dick.
That's crazy that we've all been there. But I'm sure some dudes have been 4 a.m.ers as well.
I also am sure and I know from experience, there's hanger-outer men. You'll be like, all right, so what are you trying to do? And then they're just
definitely
in your space.
hanger-outer men.
And you're like,
You got to feel the vibes out. I think the job. Okay, so it should be the host of the house has to make the executive decision, and they have to be like, I'm doing something today, or do you want to get food? Those are the two options.
yeah. And
that's-
you got to hit them with it the second the eyes open.
The second
So
the eyes
we
open.
know what the day is going to be.
Yes,
There's no
there
weird
can be no
surprises.
mystery where we're rubbing the crusties out of each other's eyes. We got to get to planning, honey. I need my day planned. I need to go.
Am I brushing my teeth and then we're having breakfast, or am I brushing my teeth and then I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriends and tell them everything that happened last night?
Yeah. Am I
Which
having
one
food
is
with
it?
you or food with my friends is the question.
Which one is it? Feed me.
Feed me
The
or
least-
don't.
Or don't, but then excuse yourself. Don't just hang out in my space. And then I remember when I had really bad commitment issues, I wouldn't want the guys to come to my house because I wouldn't want them in my space.
I do that too. I listen. First of all, I'm past the point of having strangers in my house. That's a thing you leave in your 20s, sweetheart.
Like, I need to know you.
Yeah, I any guy I hook up, I don't even have like. First of all, I talk like I'm being fucked all the time.
For the pod.
For the
We gotta sell
for the pod. I have sex not that much.
I don't know if that's even true.
I have sex maybe once a month, twice a month.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did it not sound true?
It doesn't. I'm like, are you trying to convince me or the listeners?
I was trying to make sure I was telling the truth to myself. I was like, yeah. But I was like, no, yeah.
I don't think that's right.
No, that's right. Yeah. Yes, I'm telling you, I fuck maybe once or twice a month.
Okay.
Maybe twice a month.
Okay.
And some months I haven't had sex in over a month at this point.
Yeah, well, that's how it gets, because you get more picky, because you're like, my life is busy and I'm not trying to take on some bad energy.
Well, it's also like I don't sleep. I felt like in my 20s I was having sex just to have sex. And now I'm like, I need to come or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I need to come or like really like the person or really enjoy being around them, or I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, in the 20s, you're like, let's just see how this works.
Yeah, well, you're just like, well, whatever. Like, sometimes I didn't even want to have sex and I'd be hitting people up. It's like just for attention. Yeah, I don't need the attention now. Yeah. I feel like I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather have less.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah, no, Valentine's Day and sex with strangers it's all a lot.
One time, like, sorry, go ahead.
There's nothing worse, than when you first start dating someone and then you get hit with Valentine's Day.
Not a new relationship Valentine's Day.
Where it's like, you don't know if you
Sometimes
love
I just don't bring it up. Let's not talk about it. I get weird.
Yeah, you get weird.
I'm like, let's not talk about it.
Let's not talk about it.
Forget it.
This is a regular day.
It's just a regular day.
What were you going to say before?
I was going to say one time I was on this dating app and I was meeting this guy for a coffee. I'm going to show you what he did. And I walk into the coffee shop and he's sitting there. One, doesn't even look as good as pictures. Two, is sitting at the coffee shop. I walk in, he goes like this. And I go sit down in front of him. I go, hi. And he goes, what up? And then just keeps texting. And he goes, hold on, I got to finish this. I go,
okay.
I went, oh, you could finish that on your own. I'm going to get a coffee and go. I literally didn't even sit down.
No, you didn't.
Yes. You better get the fuck up and greet me. Are you serious?
I had a similar situation where first date, he shows up, he's on his phone watching a UFC match. He goes,
that I kind of get. Okay. It was happening live.
First date, he's watching it. It's like, just why not plan the date for a different time when the game's not on?
The game.
The match. What is it?
I guess it is a game. They are.
How's it not a game?
I mean, it's a fight, but
sorry for getting the MMA terminology all wrong. She's getting upset.
Don't you dare ever disrespect the art. Not me wearing a Nate Diaz sweatsuit currently while we're talking about it.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a fighter.
Say less, do more, rep hard, stay real.
Stop reading my pants, you cunt.
Sorry, but if you're going to wear something that's inspirational, you can't get embarrassed when I start reading what's on there. Say less, do more, rep hard, stay real, keep it 100, be solid.
I'm going to throw this away now.
I'm going to throw up. Who are you? It's like, work hard, play hard. It's like, what? No excuses, only improvements.
Shut up.
You like, look.
I like these, and now I want to. And I'm pissed. I have 2 pairs of them. Now I don't want either.
Keep it 100. Be solid. I'm just gonna say these things to you.
Is there more words? Jesus.
They're very descriptive. These pants. Rap hard. All right. Well, that's what gets Kim fired up for a good workout.
Listen, so okay, so I've had that was one of my bad dates. Another time, this fucker that I didn't really like begged me for a date for like weeks. He was like, 1 dinner, please, to the point where I was like, okay, 1 fucking dinner. And then when the check came, asked to split it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. I had to tell him off right there. I said, I don't even like you. You're not cute. Your personality sucks. I didn't want to do this, and now you're making me pay for it?
You didn't.
Oh, I lost my mind.
No, you didn't.
I was like, you fucking suck.
Oh, what did
you
he
suck.
say?
And I left. He was like, sitting there like dumb with his dumb head.
Let me tell you one of the worst dates of my life.
Oh, God.
I I'm at Ralph's.
Okay.
Stoned as fuck in my early 20s. I see what I think.
Did that yesterday.
Yeah. What I think is Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
Not Ryan Gosling, by the way.
Okay.
Follow this man through the aisles.
Not you trying to pick up Mr.
Ryan
Gosling.
And why would Ryan...
At Ralph's.
At Ralph's.
This is definitely an early 20s LA story.
Why would Ryan Gosling be
at
at Ralph's?
Ralph's? You're like, no, maybe he likes the 2-for-1 frozen chickens.
I'm following Ryan Gosling down the aisles. I'm also on Adderall, stoned. I got the energy for it, honey.
Yeah, you got the time today to find. She wanted to be the Notebook 2. The paper book.
I go up to him, I'm like, hey, and he turns around, not Ryan Gosling. Then I gotta tell this mediocre looking man that I thought he was Ryan Gosling.
No, you didn't
Yes,
tell
I did.
him.
I said, I thought you were Ryan Gosling. I'm sorry. He goes, oh, cool. Can I take you on a date? So then, since I stalked him in Ralph's, I have to say, yes, I'll go on a date with you.
Yeah, because now you can't be like a bitch and be like, well, you don't really look like Ryan Gosling. And he didn't. Was he not as cute?
No, he was it was like Ryan Gosling if Ryan Gosling got into meth and lived in a trailer park for
He looked like Ryan Gosling and Vanilla Ice, or not Vanilla Ice, and what's that? Vanilla Sky.
That's wait, okay, yeah. So he looked. The bottom line wasn't Ryan Gosling, and then he goes, "Let me take you out to eat. Where do you want to go?" And I was like, "I don't know, you pick." And he's like, "Cool, let's eat at the movie theater, the cafe inside the movie theater."
Oh, that's weird. Okay,
Why
so you
would
agreed?
I agreed.
Okay,
Just to feel it out.
Okay, yeah, I've done some questionable things like that as well. I can't blame you. Like, also, I gotta tell you, like, women are smart. Women are the smartest creatures in the world. We're also so emotionally driven that we're so easily convinced of things. Like, we can literally gaslight ourselves into thinking a situation is cute, even though it's lazy.
I'm like, why would I want to
I'm like, he's quirky. You were probably like, wow, he's so crazy. I could tell our kids we met at the cafe and then movie theater.
No, I was like, the whole time I was like, why am I hated every moment of being there.
So you went, though.
I went, and the entire time I kept thinking, I can't wait for this date to be over. Why am I eating a Chinese chicken salad in a movie theater cafe?
Ew, you ate
a
salad?
I ate a salad in a movie theater cafe.
Oh, no, I would have said, give me an icy and a hot dog, and then I'm going to get out of here. I would have said, honey, throw me some of them sweet nuts, and I'm out of here. Have you ever had the sweet nuts at the theater?
No.
What?
You're like, yeah, I went with
You've never
Tyrone. He had the sweetest at the theater.
No, you've never had the hot nuts at the movie theater?
No, it's
You
not the
don't.
1950s.
You
Where
dumb
do you
fucking
go get-
bitch.
Where the fuck do you
At
get
almost
hot
every
nuts?
theater.
Not in LA.
Yes, you can get hot nuts at theaters. Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
Is that not an LA thing?
I go to the theaters for the hot nuts. I've never heard.
Do you like hot nuts?
Of course, but when you say that, it feels like you're like trapping me.
In
It
my
feels
hot
like
nuts?
you're like you just want to say
wanna
hot
smell
nuts
my
like
hot
you're like a
nuts?
horny hot nut teenager. You like hot nuts? I'm like, am I getting pranked right now?
How about when you're on a date and it's ending and you don't want to kiss them and you know that that's what they're looking for?
Oh, I could be a bitch. I could wrap that up real quick.
No, I do too. Usually, like, I'm pretty good at it,
But
it was a learning process.
it's a learning process for sure.
Yeah,
But like towards the end of the date, if I'm not into it, I give them nothing.
me too.
If I'm giving you nothing, it's if you're listening to this podcast, you're getting all of us, you know? But if you're on a date and with us and it's not going well, you're getting zero of us.
I went on a date so fucking bad. The last Hinge date I went on, and this is within the last year, I deleted the apps completely afterwards. The date was so bad that we were going to go somewhere that was actually like more public, and I just picked a random empty bar and I was like, let's just go get a drink in here, because I couldn't physically be out in public with him.
Why?
Because he was dressed like it looked like, okay, he looked cute in his pictures and Flavor Flav showed up. Like, I was like, if any
with the clock around his neck.
it was like a huge issue for me. And you can't really say,
You catfished me?
You can't say you catfished me and you're like this. We're in completely different. He would try like. He was like, I remember I ordered a drink and then the server was like, do you want to do well? And the guy was like, what's that? Like, he didn't even, it was like, I was like,
So it was terrible.
It was bad.
How'd you wrap it up?
It was bad. I said I wanted to go home and I asked him to drop me off.
I think I just want to go home.
I said, I was like, I think you're really nice, but I think I'm ready to go home. I'm really tired. And I made sure because I made sure I was like 5 minutes away from my house where I was going.
That's a good move though.
And he was nice and he dropped me off and he never talked to me again. He got it.
I feel like taking a girl out's harder than taking a guy out.
How would you take a girl out?
Reservations.
Yeah. Number one. First time hanging out, reservations. Absolutely. Make sure she likes the kind of food.
Make sure she
I think
has
the first question you ask
restrictions.
is there anything you won't eat?
Yes. And then you make the reservation.
Mm-hmm.
If he makes the reservation, then I think in my head, okay, he's like someone who's a partner, someone who's taking this seriously. He's
thinking ahead. He's planning.
Yeah. Because I need someone who plans because our schedules are so chaotic.
Yes.
So like Kasim's great at planning, which I love because it just makes things so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I've had dudes who are terrible at planning. Mm-hmm. And that bums me out.
Yeah.
Because it's also not, it's like a little bit of effort goes a long way.
Yeah.
So I'm making a reservation. I'm picking her up. I'm opening the car door. Am I doing too much?
No.
Okay.
I'll put you a step ahead of that. I like when I come out and they're standing outside of the car already. You can't be in the car when I come out. Or you have to be stepping out of the car as you see me.
But it has to be the right dude, and they have to be standing in a cool way.
Yeah. They have to be like texting. Even texting while you're waiting is fine. And then you look up and you're not like casually waiting with flowers. Like desperate.
Yeah.
Like everything is such a fine line with dating. It's so funny. But even those things, I'll let them go. I won't like not go on a date if a guy's eagerly waiting for me. What if he doesn't make
reservations?
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
That's my first red flag.
Okay, what if he says meet me here and he doesn't?
I don't like that either.
But since it's for the first date, I wouldn't mind meeting somebody somewhere. If it was the first date, because then I like have my car in case I want to leave.
Yeah, I like to be picked up.
You like to be picked up. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'm going someplace that's like fun, like place maybe where we could share food to see if we can have the same like sensibilities when it comes to food. Because if you can share plates with someone,
it's super intimate.
That's super fun and that's a good time. Mm-hmm. So it's probably somewhere that has like mini plates like that and drinks, and just like a fun, like a medium nice place, not too nice for the first date. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm doing.
I like that.
And then, yeah. If I was taking a girl out second date, I'd bring flowers second date, not first date. Because I feel like it's too desperate.
Yeah, maybe even flowers third date.
Flowers.
I think maybe a nicer dinner second date to pull the third date for the flowers. Third date flowers is like, we're on our third date. Like, bitch, we fucking soon.
Yeah. But I also think that it's like interesting because the courting process is so specific. And then when you're in a relationship, it's like it makes a difference if you still do those things versus if you just stop. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It's so funny. It's so funny. It's like literally written on a piece of paper what you could do to make a girl happy. And then men everywhere are like, I just don't know. I just fucking don't know, dude. It's fucking confusing. And it's like, buy her flowers, open the door, stop lying.
Well, stop lying, number one. Stop lying.
Stop lying.
And not telling things is also lying.
Yeah. Withholding info. Lying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm sure we are more complicated creatures than that, because we were talking about it earlier. The thing that's annoying about women is we just are so emotional. Like
all over the fucking map.
We were saying earlier, we always need to have a talk.
Nothing more exhausting than a woman who needs to have a talk.
When you're in love with a guy and he's pissing you off, all you need to want to do is have talks with him.
Can we talk?
Can we talk?
Oh, I just got nervous thinking about having to say, "Can we talk?"
Yeah.
Can we talk?
Why do we always want to talk?
Because we're emotional and we're in our feelings.
We have to say it.
We have to say it, or then we harbor resentment if we don't say it.
True.
If we don't say it, then it comes
Then it gets
out,
bad.
Then it all piles up.
Then we get crazy.
Then it fucking piles
That's why
up.
I'm crazy, because I don't have talks. That's probably why I'm crazier, because I don't have talks. Instead, I'll just call you 10 times one night and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, what? And I'm like, who are you with? And they're like, I didn't even know that we were talking like this. And I'm like, I didn't know either. And they're like, well, we can talk about it, Kim. And I'm like, no.
That's how I am too.
Yeah.
And like, it's taken me I've really been trying to communicate more effectively.
It's hard because it's like, if you grow up with bad communication, then it feels corny to do. It feels like I'm doing like improv.
It feels like I'm doing improv about my emotions.
Yes.
Yeah, because also
I'm yes-anding my feelings.
I'm like used to people getting pissed off and slamming doors.
Yes, that's comfy to me. Even when you said that, I felt warm. Like when you just said that, I was like, yes, that's how I like to fight.
Now leave me alone.
Shut up.
Yeah. So it's like trying to break those toxic cycles. And I realize I go from like not caring to caring. When I'm pissed, I get really pissed. And then I get over it. And then I get over it.
Yes.
And then I don't care at all.
Yes.
But I'll be like at a 20.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I'll calm down.
Me and you both get over things pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's the Puerto Rican. It's like a quick response.
Yeah. It's just a lashing out is what I call it. A quick lash out and to feel better. And then you're like, okay. It's a Sour Patch.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. It's very Sour Patchy. And then you're like, sorry. And then you're so sorry.
Not
you're
us
like, it was
describing
hard.
our behavior as not us justifying our bipolar behaviors.
Yeah, it's not normal, but it is what it is. What do you want us to do?
I mean, but I will say there's nothing more attractive than a guy who can communicate. Mm-hmm. Like if a guy's like, hey, okay, let's have a conversation, and they're interested in making the relationship better, then that's like a huge turn on.
It is a huge turn on.
Which I didn't think was a turn on initially.
No, it's not a huge turn on when you're younger, but when you're older.
You're
like if I'm 24 and a guy's like, let's have a talk, I would have been like, no, you like men. And now I'm like, yes, let's have a talk.
Let's have a talk. But what we were saying before we started this is there's probably no worse feeling than being a guy or a woman with a woman who wants to have a talk with you.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in trouble.
Anytime anyone is like, hey, can we talk? I'm like, can we not?
Are we talking right now?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're doing?
I hate, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people DM me and say, hey, I have a question. I'm like, just ask the question.
Yeah.
Just ask the question. I'll decide if I need to answer it or not. I don't need to go, shoot.
Yeah. Shoot.
What, you need that one extra message from me? No, you're not going to trick me out of writing back.
It's also like,
for the curiosity. You're not going to pitch a question and try to catch my curiosity with it.
yeah, question.
What?
That is such an annoying. That is such an annoying thing, especially like as our lives are getting more. I feel like stand-up's back.
Or when someone needs to tell you something and they go, I have to tell you later, though. It's like, no.
Bitch.
You're going to tell me now because I'm not going to
tease
sit
me.
with anxiety for 4 hours.
No, but that's also like a baiting technique.
It is.
Because they're like, it's a power
Yeah,
move to be like,
yeah.
I have something I really need to tell you.
Some
but
art
not
of
now.
war shit.
But not now.
Not now. Just think about that. Toodles.
Think about me. Now's not a good
Toodles.
time. I don't want everyone around us to hear, but I do need to talk to you. I don't know. Anxiety through the roof. Have you been to couples therapy?
Yes.
And
I won.
I don't think anyone's supposed to win.
I did. My therapist was like, you treat her like shit. My therapist was like, you are mean to her, and she's right. Like everything I said, my therapist was like, yeah.
Did you love having that validation?
Yes. Because even the guy I was dating would say something to defend himself. He would be like, it's like kind of like this. It's kind of like this. Fuck it. Me and Lewis have talked about it on a podcast. It's Lewis. And I remember I think he talked about it last time we did Legion of Skanks together. She was like, he was describing, I was saying that, I was like, I hate the way he stares at women in front of me. I was like, it's not like how normal men do where like they look and then they look away because they don't want to be caught. He like blatantly zones out and will block my view while he's looking at someone.
No.
Yes. And he was like, it's like when you see a nice car, you're not going to not look at the car. And my therapist was like, can you maybe refrain? Every time you talk about a woman, it's like you compare it to an object.
No.
And I was like,
no.
Yeah.
So you won.
Yeah, I won. I won therapy that whole time. Every time we went in, I was like, honey, I got another one for you. She was like, tell me about this piece of shit.
So you loved it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then how soon into therapy was he like, I think we're good?
I think
I think we're good with the therapist.
It didn't last too long.
It never does.
No, he didn't like it. Then it was suddenly, once the therapist goes against you, you're being attacked. And I feel that too, because I've had therapists say things to me, like my own therapist, and be like, maybe you should work on this. I'm like, this bitch knows nothing.
No, I know. My therapist was like, maybe it's time for you to grow up. I was living at my parents' house. I was like, what do you mean? What the fuck do you mean?
Your mom's in the background making your bed.
I don't need to grow up. You grow up. And then a week later,
you're wearing a tutu in your fucking childhood bedroom. It's like,
in a crown.
It's like, you can't have a tutu and retinol cream, bitch. Pick one.
A tutu and Botox.
A tutu and Botox.
That's hilarious.
The deadly combo of an aging woman. A tutu and
Los
Botox.
Angeles. The story of an LA woman.
The story of an LA woman. A tutu and Botox.
I'm sorry, is that a green juice? A tutu, Botox, oat latte.
Oh, man.
If you had a Kimberly Congdon action figure and it had to come with like a few different accessories.
Yeah, it'd come with a mic, a jujitsu gi, maybe like a fishing pole, a surfboard. I don't know. I do a lot of really fun things. A blunt, a video game.
Oh, she's got a lot of hobbies.
Honey, she's active and very masculine. She's finding out.
A surfboard, a snowboard.
You know what's funny? It's like this is why I can't find a masculine man, I think.
Why?
I think I'm too masculine and I don't like feminine men.
Well, I also think that but in the context of a relationship, you would be feminine.
I am feminine.
Like doing all of the feminine things.
But I think men don't know that by looking at me. Like you can't wear a Nate Diaz represent sweatsuit, and this is not.
Say less, do more.
Only one of us look like we cook for our man. Even in this clip, but I do all of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't.
She
like
also
to dress
reps
like
hard.
I represent. I rep
keep
hard.
It 100.
I do more. I say less.
You be solid.
I be solid.
You stay real. Rep hard. Do more.
I stay real. I rep hard. Stay real. Rep hard.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I think we should end it there.
All right. Well, that's our episode of This Bitch. New episodes come out every Monday. Make sure to subscribe. If you're loving the podcast, share with your friends. Leave us a review. Follow us both. I'm at Princess Shank on Instagram and Twitter for show dates, and check out my other podcast, Shank, as well. And what about you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram and TikTok at Kim Congdon. Also follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/QueenKong1. I'm streaming all the time on there, playing a bunch of new games, doing a bunch of giveaways. I will be giving away a pair of VIP tickets to Skankfest. Those are like $400 tickets, so make sure you keep a lookout for that. Follow the page.
What?
Yeah.
Skankfest Vegas?
Skankfest Vegas. My mom wants to come.
No.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, dude. I was like, last thing I need is a fan fucking my mom at Skankfest Vegas. And you guys can follow my other podcast, Broad Topix, Topix, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Check that out with Alex Garlotto. It's super funny. Also on the Gas Digital Network. And yeah,
That's it.
that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.